Game has been recorded, good. So let's see the start, the crate start, which could be quite important. We got a wood start for both players. I think it opens more options to Japan than it does for Spain. Obviously, on this wood start, you could go for a trading post as the Spanish player, but if you plan to go ATP, then it might be a waste of resources to go for it. So we'll see. And on the other hand, Japan could definitely start with a trading post, or they could go for an early consulate as well, or just simply drops a few shrines. Ten years later. Alright, a bit of scouting with the orchard going on the right side of the map. Let's put the fog of war on. Quickly, I'm gonna check the hunts, but pretty sure everything is fine on this map. And same for gold mines. Yep, perfect. Let's put the fog of war on. So Jerry's going on the left side of the map. There's a 70 coin treasure over here. Not the biggest treasure, but still something to consider. What is the Ezad doing? Is he going for a trading post? I think he does. Yeah, he does. And Jerry's gonna spot that and immediately start harassing this Japanese monk. And the dog is gonna do a lot of damage to this Japanese monk, actually. Ezad building a shrine on the other side of the map, and I mean the TP will probably go up, but Ezad might lose his hero straight after that. Oh, this is gonna be close. Yeah, TP is going up, but the monk is already dead, and that's quite big actually, denying a lot of scouting potential. The hero will be revived by the trading post as soon as he gets. Usually it's 100 HP for you receive, so I guess 70 HP or something like that for the Japanese monk. But yeah, TP start for Japan, interesting. Let's see what he decides to do with that. Ezad working on an 80 treasure as well. And 75 coin for Jerimuno. Unfortunately for him, he didn't find anything more useful than that. But it was a good call to go straight for this trading post with his hero and his war dog to just completely deny TP from Ezad. We have a nice 80 wood treasure in the middle of the map. What do we have here? 30% HP, and yeah, 300 wood for Japan. And Ezad is gonna gather it immediately. Two reasons for that. The first is to drop shrines as soon as possible, or maybe a second TP or a market, whatever he wants to. And the second reason is the faster you gather that, then the least chance your opponent has to scout the 300 wood under UTC. Which means he might think you went 2 villagers or Kami or something like that. And yeah, that's what is happening. Jerry's scouting into the TC, but like 10 seconds too late, unfortunately for him, so he didn't see the 300 wood. The only way you would realize that Japan sent 300 wood is that if he scouts all these shrines, you see 3 shrines and a training post, you can be sure Japan went for 300 wood there. A nice coin treasure, 50 coin. It's actually something pretty big, especially when it's free. There's a settler over here as well. It seems like Ezad is gonna go for this tomahawk. Oh, 300 wood twice actually. That could be super aggressive, but this time Jerimuno is gonna see the 300 wood for sure. So he's gonna know what is up. He might be thinking, okay, Ezad send like 2 Vs and then 300 wood, or Kami and then 300 wood. So let's see if he goes ATP. He has a shipment ready, but he didn't send him, so I don't think we will see some ATP play. Although he definitely needs to. Oh no, okay, he's gonna work on this 80 with treasure, so he doesn't have to chop anything for his trading post. His stock might go down though. Be unfortunate. typical treasure RNG attacking the dog instead of the hero. So Jerry's up. He's gonna drop his trading post now. Tower age up with the coin, pretty expected. I guess we're gonna see 700 coin first. And what is Ezad doing? He's been dropping a few shrines so far. Consulate, but a bit late, so I don't think we're gonna see any aggression with 5 Ashigarus first. Probably gonna see 600 wood here. Otherwise, he would have dropped the Consulate a bit earlier to get the clubs as soon as possible. But yeah, tower going up for Jerimuno, close to his trading post. Gonna try to defend it. He's gonna pick himself a nice native scout as well. And 4 veils on the Consulate actually, so never mind, this could totally be an early aggression from Ezad. We're gonna see text completed, text being researched, Japanese Consulate. But yeah, Jerimuno is up already. It's gonna be a really nice FF H-up time. He's gonna see with the native scout the Consulate and the barracks, so he knows Ezad is probably going to play this in H2 and try to do a lot of damage before Spain is up. Going 600 wood first, so not super aggressive just yet. You could see 5 clubs popping and 5 Ashigarus maybe. Trying to siege this tower and then follow that with the training post perhaps, or going straight for the base. 3 Ashi and 5 clubs pop in. With a nice drag box as well. Native scout has been spotted, but good reaction time from Jerimuno here. He also trained a few dogs, which I like a lot. Gonna definitely help him to defend his tower. And 5 Ashi coming up for Ezad, so going really aggressive. A lot of wood crates, helping him to drop shrines, get his infrastructures up, and yeah, now gonna push. He spotted the tower earlier as well, so he's gonna go for it. So Jerry's gonna try to delay that as much as possible. He's gonna trade a few dogs for it. He's got a few musketeers popping, but he doesn't have enough, and that could be a bit tricky to defend his Ashigarus. Although Ezad is just not focusing the musketeers at all, which is just wrong. So yeah, Jerimuno is gonna get away with his age up quite easily actually, and that's a good position to be in for Spain. I mean, Japan didn't boom that much just yet. He does have a market. Never mind. But Spain got pretty much an untouched FF, and next week we could see something like a Lancer shipment will be really good in this situation, or even 2 Falconets popping from this tower and start either killing some shrines or more likely putting the pressure on the Japanese base. We see a lot of buildings being exposed, and if Jerry could pop 2 Falconets here, he could definitely work on the Shogu Shrine, the Consulate, and the barracks as well. Training skirmishers now, and we see 600 coin for Ezad. Does he have a stable? He doesn't have a stable just yet, but stable retro going up, so he's gonna play H2 for sure. But there's 5 lancers and a few skirmishers as well, and this army is just gonna clean the Japanese army quite easily. Gonna see lancers doing a lot of work, and the infantry just DPSing everything in the back. More Ashigarus coming in, but Ezad really needed Cav, and I think his stable retro was a bit too slow to come. And yeah, that's the first cleanup for Spain, and that's one of the situations Spain is happy to be in. Always cleaning up the Japanese army, not allowing them to mass a lot of infantry and nagis as well. He's gonna go in. Needs to be careful about about the potential Minuteman pop and Nagis as well, because this could be an overcommitment from Jerry. He needs to go back there for sure. Double Minuteman, a few hashes, and I guess we're gonna see some Nagis. Four Lancers, probably to save the day, but if Ezad can get a decent batch of Nagi, he can just clean up here. So the first trade was just super good for Spain, but then this overcommitment here was just really bad. And he's got skirmishers, he's got lancers, but he doesn't have much to deal with the Nagis just yet. I guess the lancers themselves are just decent versus H2 Nagis, but most skirmishers. We're gonna see Spain got a shipment on the way, 9 Rodelleros, so that's the correct shipments he needs right now. So he's got the poking potential, he's got lancers to deal with the infantry and Rodelleros to deal with the Nagis. So he's gonna put the pressure on this gold mine in probably these buildings. Ooh, gonna get some free volleys on these Ashigaros and probably gonna get kill 3 if he locks fire. No, only gonna kill 2, but still a good start. One club popping from the back. Jerry not with the best micro there, gonna sack all his Rodelleros and not focusing the Ashigarus as well, so his lancers are going down to the Nagis and so what should have been a really good fight for Spain is actually a really good fight for Japan, and yeah, the Nagis are just not dying, and that's exactly what Japan needs to stay in this game. A few rods of reinforcements, but I don't know why Jerry is so aggressive in this situation. Could just mass a decent army and just put the pressure on with falconets and force Spain to fight outside of the base instead of here with like the chokes being good for the Japanese army and the VS popping and TC fire and the reinforcements and everything basically. So yeah, Jerry's gonna work on the shrines now. Probably a good decision here. Needs to probably slow down the game a bit. Ezekiel is quite close to the Spanish one, and I guess Spain has to send Orchard soon. Oh, I still have 3k here, so it might be fine for another 2 minutes. Ezad going for a raid. Unfortunately, there's nothing to be raided here. So quite a close game so far. Oh, Nagi is coming in for a raid. Good reaction time from Jerimuno. He might lose one villager, but yeah, he's gonna lose one. He's gonna send these Rodelleros back. Oh, he needs to bring them back in over here though. Daimyo for Japan. Where is he? Oh, he's over there. So Ezad is trying to force a fight while raiding at the same time. Oh, and Jerry is just gonna fight the Nagis with Veos, but doesn't have the HP, so he's gonna lose quite a few here. He's also not pulling back the Veos in his TC, so he's gonna lose an extra one there. 2 falconets for Spain. Should be able to put the pressure on now. So at this point, I'd say that Spain cannot make any more mistakes like he did 2 times under the Spanish TC, because if his army gets wiped out, then the game is pretty much over. Japan will have a much better remass. Although his timing is really good now with the 2 falconets, because Japan has to send the Orchard next, which means no Ashigaru upgrade, for example. I don't know who wins this fight, to be fair. There's a few rods, but they are not veteran, and Hashinagi is just actually good versus this composition. Especially if he can outmash, and we see in the military unit population that it's actually quite a bit in the Japanese favor. Some Yumis and some clubs as well. And oh, this is going to be a big flank, but Jerimuno reacting in time, so he's going to position his Rodeleros correctly and get a free volley with his Falcon. It's really good Falcon defense there. And Ezad is going to go in again. So we're going to see the decisive fight here. Fax not totally protected, but the rods have a really good position on these Nagis, and Falconets would do a lot of damage to the Ashigaru's insane volleys for Spain, and I think it's just going to be a Spanish cleanup there. One Falconet's still alive, and it's not going to go down. Good covering by Jerimuno there, and yeah, that's the trade Spain needed to pretty much win the game. Quite a few Yumis, but there's still this Falconet alive, and a few skirmishers as well, who trade well versus H2 Yumis, so we're gonna see in terms of reinforcements what is going on, because yeah, Japan just sent 2 Orchards, he's making Yumis now, and he's got the Nagi in queue. Spain doesn't seem to have much. He's got 5 Hussars on the way, which might just be exactly what he needs actually. It's a really good call from Jerry. Perhaps he doesn't have anything else to send at this point as well. 2 Nagis, but yeah, Falconet's gonna get protected. TC firing the Falconet, which is a good choice. I think Jerry should just pull back a bit with his Falconet and stop being in the TC fire range, because keeping this guy alive means a lot. And good baiting job from Ezad. Is gonna pull the Veers as well to try to kill the Falconets. Nagi's been caught. This Falconet is so low HP, 12 HP, it's 1 TC fire shot I think. And Ezad is gonna resign. GG. So it's 1-0 for Jerimuno there. Quite a scrappy first game, perhaps players being nervous a bit. It's quite an important series in the playoff race. But let's take a look on the graph, see what happened there. In terms of, yeah, military pop, Jerry had a really good power spike early H3 with his 5 Lancers shipment and his skirmishers, totally countering the Ashigaru composition from Ezad, and he got the first clean up, and then just overcommitted under TC, and Ezad took a really good trade there. So he's losing barely any units, and Spain lost quite a lot. Spanish player Rimas was a bit better with his shipments, but same thing, just second overcommitment under a Japanese TC, and Japan definitely had the upper hand at some point, but Jerry did a really good job at defending his Falconets, getting a lot of value, getting the rods in melee with the Naginata, and yeah, just winning the game like that. So that's currently 1-0 for the Mandarin Duck squad. And the second map is going to be ESOC Dhaka. So both players cannot play Spain and Japan anymore. And we see Ezad picking first. I think NWC has to pick first there. Yes, Ezad had to pick first, so he's locking Portuguese, and we'll see what Jerry decides to answer that with. Cast it as the Rona. Nah, I think I'm fine. Just a bit sick, but not a big deal. Jerry's taking his time for the counter pick. Yeah, there is a 2-minute delay. And Jerry's going for Ottoman. Kinda expected. But this matchup is really interesting on this map. There's a lot of the different dynamics involved. We could see Portuguese going water or going ATP or both sometimes. And I think Ottoman has to react to that properly. Either H2 play versus ATP sounds good. Tower FF is definitely also an option, controlling the pawn with the tower. And we've got a foot start. Not sure who is favored in that. Jerry leading 1-0. Here we go, game number 2 between Jerimuno and Ezad. So Jerry's gonna go straight for trading post, because that's what you do as Ottoman. I'm gonna drop a house as well, I guess. We'll have a look on players' deck in a second. See what they're up to. Ezad is going for the top of the map, collecting some yaks as well. Yeah, just scouting the back of his base with the yaks, which is a good thing to do. Jerry's gonna pick himself 45 food, and let's have a look on this deck actually. He's got what we could call an anti-water deck, just with a few warship scouts to deal with potential water, or just drop them on the pond. Cheaper Janissary, okay. Five population space, not the greatest treasure. It always triggers me when I'm scouting the map and then I see this treasure and I'm like, oh nice, 80 wood. And then I just have a look on it and it's 5 population. I'm like, yeah, not really useful. Let's have a look on the Portuguese deck. We see ATP, schooners and a few warships. But something not entirely water focused. What do we have here? 40 wood. And Ottoman working on this 80 coin treasure. Both players already aging, so it's gonna be quite a quick age up for both players. Regarding his hero placement, and he doesn't have a shipment, I'm pretty sure he's got advanced trading post on the way. Yeah, he's got it. So he's gonna steal this trading post, which is really good for him. It doesn't look like Jerimuno has any intention of going for a second trading post. So not gonna be the biggest deal, but still something to consider. Jerry was working on this with treasure, but decided not to commit anymore. He's gathering a lot of coin, so I'm not sure if he's gonna go for an FF here. He's aging with the wood, but this could just be still an FF, and it will probably be. Just you don't age with the tower, so it's slightly different. We see one forward villager, actually. What is he gonna do? Is he going for a wall, or is he just gonna try to drop a cheeky Rex? Nope, going for a wall. Second TC covering a trading post and the pond as well. Pretty standard. Ezad is gonna just pick as many trading posts as he can. He's working on the third and the negative one. So yeah, typical Daka game. Infrastructures covering the pond, advanced trading post, native TPs, and water cards. $700 coin for Jerry, gonna age up soon. And 700 wood for Ezad actually. He's dropping 2 docks as well, and it's gonna get spotted by Jerimuno. Jerry got the shipment ready. We'll see what he decides to send here. He's currently aging. 2 docks. Are we gonna see schooners next, or is he just gonna pump fishing ships like this? And we see a barracks going up for Jerimuno. Probably slowly gonna work on this trading post line. I think it's barely out of line of sight of this advanced trading post. And we're gonna see a wall going up for Ezad as well. Yes, schooners throwing it up, so Ezad going super greedy here. 700 wood for Jerry. Probably gonna see some houses here. Maybe a mosque and perhaps a market or a second military building. $700 coin for Ezad, so he's just gonna follow up. He's gonna be quite a bit slow, but on the other hand, his economy is pretty good at the moment, and it's gonna get better and better. He has to deal with the early aggression, and we see the galley popping on this side of the map, and a forward transcender as well. Quite interesting. So Jerry's gonna go for the north of the map control, pretty much. This galley being slightly out of range from the trading post, which is a bit unfortunate. But it should be able to defend this transcender replacement. Yeah, maybe not. He can work on the advanced trading post over here though, which is a good thing. Agents. So pretty standard things for Ottoman so far, except from this town center. Haha, 2 tiger claws. Gonna try to kill the Ottoman hero, and yeah, they will succeed. This TCO is so close to being built, and it's quite painful for Otto. Is Ezad aging fast? He looks like a slow age, to be fair. No, Exiled Prince, my bad, it's fast age. This villager is dead. Mistake on the ready point, but not the biggest deal. So yeah, Ezad is now in the fortress age. Some villagers are gonna go down. Ezad not really paying attention here. Ezad is currently popped as well, which is quite painful, especially early H3. He's gonna need Cassadors here for sure to deal with these Janissaries, but he will probably need an answer to a potential 2 fucking ends, and I'm pretty sure Jerry got 2 fucks on the way, and they're gonna pop from this TC, or maybe a frigate or something. A frigate would be nice for Ezad, but it's not gonna be enough, I think, and he has to pop Minutemen, a military shipment, but he also... oh, 5 Dragoons! Minutemen popping as well, but this TC is gonna go down, and... he's got more Dragoons on the way, he doesn't have barracks, no Cassadors to deal with the infantry. Villagers will escape, but this TC is just dead now, and... oh, the trading post is shooting at the falconet though. Slight mistake from Jerry here. I should pull back his falconets. He's gonna get a bit of damage done. Not the biggest impact, but... so, how is Jerry gonna follow that? Is the question. He's gonna put a lot of pressure now. Oh, this, he tried to drop a TC as well, and again got denied, like really close. This villager sieging. So yeah, more Jans being attacked as well. 1 frigate on the pond. Oh, big volley from the falconets. Ezad trying to poke in, get some free shots on the falconets with the dragoons, but... so yeah, Ezad probably gonna lose another town center, and I mean his water boom has not been the biggest ever, and I'm not sure how he's gonna deal with this Ottoman army just yet. 30C gonna go up for Jerry as well. 8 Cassadors. Nice having some poking potential versus that. Because Cassadors are insane versus Janissaries, but... I mean, Ezad got a lot of food in the bank, but not that much infrastructures. He's trying to drop a town center, but... I mean, the score is quite close, but it's still looking good for Ottoman, I think. I think they're gonna have an outbound potential, but Dragon's going in, trying to get some volleys on the falconets. He's gonna kill one, I guess, but gonna lose a lot of Dragoons as well. Oh, huge falconet volley on these Cassadors. 1k with 4 Ottoman. He's already got 3 TCs, perhaps he's gonna drop an artillery foundry. Perhaps gonna work on the TP line as well, that would be good. Yeah, artillery foundry going up. This falconet is probably gonna die, the Dragon's did melee. So good pickup for Ezad, but is it gonna be enough? I mean, there's only 5 Cassadors here. And he still doesn't have any barracks. He's constantly popped as well, so... He's not always making deals. And well, yeah, this is good for Ezad. I think Kestos, they have high speed and more range than the Janissaries, so they did really well. Second TP for Jerimuno, and I guess we'll see a third. And yeah, I mean, I can totally see Jerry just gonna go for the stagecoach now. 1k coin for Ezad. $1k coin for Jerry as well. Let's check units in queue. He's got Falconets in queue, so I guess he's gonna pop a few more with this coin. And go Janissaries Falconets. Getting a lot of siege. Ezad is going for another Townsender again, trying to... Oh no, never mind, it's just a Rex. So 2 TCs, yeah. Jerry is slowly pumping vehicles. I think he's got all the Musk upgrades for his villager training. So 2 Fox popping for Jerry. And he's got more in queue as well. Artillery Foundry being built by Ezad. Gonna try to get some coverings out. So all in all, this is still a close game after all. I thought I was looking really good for Otto, seeing how easily he managed to kill 2 of the Portuguese TCs. But technically they have the same military population, and Ezad just got much more eco so far. He needs to pop covering. He's got some in queue to deal with these full falconers from Ottoman. Dragoons going in, but being caught by the Jans. So 2 covering in queue, they should be popping anytime soon, but maybe this TC is gonna go down before. Covering's popping, but on the other side, and this is gonna be close. Yeah, this TC is gonna go down, and Ezad is not showing his coverings just yet as well. Gonna finally get some free volleys on the falconets. Yeah, but this is quite a messy control. He's got a lot of VLs everywhere in the middle of this mess, and he doesn't have much to deal with the Janissaries. So even though the coverings are good to dealing with artillery, Dragoons are not the greatest anti-Janissaries units, especially after the Janissaries combat. Covering's getting a few shots as well. Minutemen being called as well. Yeah, all the Dragoons have been cleaned up, and there's only Minutemen, a bunch of VS tanking, and 2 covering, and 5 Abus guns as well for Jerry. He doesn't have stagecoach, but he's still got 3 TC working for 3 frame. 2 organ guns though. That's a really good response to this Ottoman army. Abus guns will kill 1 covering, but the organ guns should do a lot of damage to them. So Ezad managed to clean up somehow, but he took so much damage out of that. He's trying to rebuild the TC, but we even see Jerry like just gathering Portuguese resources on this side of the map. Some giants, but they're just gonna be sent to death. And meanwhile, we didn't really pay attention about that, but Ezad has been booming quite a bit harder on water. So Ezad is still ahead in eco. The military unit population is close. So yeah, this is quite a close game. I would really love to see Jerry just getting the stagecoach line and increasing his resource income even a bit more. 2 coverings going forward. Oh, and gonna snipe the Portuguese covering as well. Really nice pick up there. Oh, and getting a shot on the organ guns as well. So Jerry has been playing really accurate so far, putting a lot of pressure when he had to. And even the coverings are doing decent damage versus Castles because they have such low HP. Killing two Cassados with the corpse. Mutemen being called, but not gonna do much. And this is a tough spot for Ezad. I'm sure he's got more eco, but he's got no coin income, and he kinda needs something to deal with this army from Ottoman. Oh, colonial militia. That could be something. Oh, he's popping the big CM from the back. But then again, Jerry's just reinforcing that with more falconets, and although if the CM can somehow deal with the Janissaries, then the guns will have free access to the falconets. $600 coin for Jerimuno. But yeah, I think Ottoman just won the game. Yeah, that comes to GG. So 2-0 for Jerimuno. Really good execution. Perhaps Ezad got punished from his really greedy opening with ATP and Water Boom. And lost quite a lot of infrastructures early on, losing 2 TCs, losing all his TPs as well. And Jerry was finally working on the TP line as well. So let's have a look on the map number 3, which is going to be Kamchatka Summer. And it's gonna lock Japan instantly. And same for Ezad going for the counter pick Iroquois as soon as he saw the Japan pick from Jerry. So I believe Ezad got the game plan, saw the game plan over here if he's going for the counter pick that fast. Game number 3 in this playoff 5 between Jerimuno representing MDS and Ezad playing for NWC. Score is currently 2-0 for Jerry. And going into game number 3, Jerry in the color blue is going to play as the Japanese civilization, and Ezad in the color red is going to play as Iroquois. We got a good start. We'll see what players decide to do with that. Hero could definitely go for a trading post on the start. If you could find some with treasure as well, could help. Japan, same story, could go for an early trading post, which tends to lead into aggressive play usually, or go for the more greedy approach with the consulate. Quickly checking the map. And I think we're good to go. Both players going for the middle of the map. Pretty standard. You usually have some goats to pick up, and you also have big treasures often, but not this time. The AT would be somewhere over here. And Hazard is gonna see it. Is he gonna react directly, or is he gonna go around? Because the faster you see that, the faster you could decide to go for trading post and chop 20 wood. Oh, there's another with treasure here. I missed that. But yeah, definitely something Hazard is gonna go for. Yeah, so a nice 85 wood for Ezad. Jerry's gonna work on 80 foot treasure. 75, sorry. And Hazard is chopping a bit of wood, so I believe he's gonna drop the TP with that. Pretty defensive longhouse placements. Um, Usually you get that somewhere there on the chokes to get line of sight of any potential raids incoming. You can scout with it, but this time Hazard is going a bit more defensive. Heavenly Kami for Jerimuno, so going with the Portuguese consulate and probably gonna go really greedy this time. TP going up. Jerry's already aging. Super fast age up from Japan here. and quite a slow one from Ezad, to be fair. It's usually a bit slower with hero on wood start. Bit of contention here. Is he gonna crack shot the... Yes. Very nice crack shot. And he's gonna work on this wood treasure meanwhile, in keeping the Japanese monk busy with the monkey. Market for Iroquois. And just some shrines for Jerimuno. He's gonna decide to use his goats on one of the back shrines. I'm curious to see if Ezad decides to go for an H2 play, or if he's just gonna go H3 or maybe H4. So quite a lot of defensive shrining so far for Jerry. Perhaps anticipating early aggression from Hero and doesn't want to have a lot of exposed shrines on the map, which would make sense. Second trading post for Ezad, going quite greedy here. And a forward Wahat as well. Jerry's gonna spot it. What do we have in base? Barracks going up. So Jerry not going full greedy here, but still managed to get 90 pop of shrines out before his racks, so pretty decent start. Market going up. He's cancelling the Portuguese consulate as well. And Ezad chopping quite a bit of wood, so probably gonna be H2 play here. He's got some tomahawks in queue as well. Sending 5 villagers first though, so going quite economic. And perhaps gonna try to work on some shrines as well. Going with the craze as well. Interesting choice here. That could indicate two things. Either he's gonna trade the coin for wood and pump more units with that, or it's gonna be some sort of some IFF with 600 coin next. And if he goes for the age up next, then it's gonna be quite... Oh no, he's going Aines, okay. Dropping more houses in his base as well. Being active with his scouting units on the map. Get wrecked. Yeah, 600 coin now, so it's gonna be an age up. Probably chop way too much wood here. Not the greatest macro, so he's gonna age at least one villager slower. He's eating some sheep, I think. Yeah, he is. Stealth Shinobi for Jerry. Good move here, getting some free informations. Four villages twice for Jerimuno. It's really greedy here. Doesn't have a stable on the field, so perhaps gonna go for an age up behind that, but No, he's got the stable ratio and he's making Ashigaros now. Oh, these Ainas are just gonna die. Sloppy move from Ezad, gonna lose a lot of infantry. And that's the good catch for Jerimuno. He's got scouts around the Wahat as well, so he knows there's no reinforcement on the way. He must be thinking that Ezad is aging right now. And yeah, these tomahawks are dead. Welcome to the Ashigaru world. Can't escape fast masks. Second Wahat in the middle of the map. So I believe Ezad is gonna go for forest brawlers here, but Jerry will have some Nagis on the way. No, he trained more tomahawks. So yeah, Ezad has been too greedy going for the shrines out of the map. Eight forest brawlers, sure, but there's Nagis on the way from the back, and that's just gonna be a cleanup for Japan. And yep. One musket rider. Has doing a good job getting some free kills, but one of the Wahat is gonna go down. And so yeah, Ezad wasn't able to stabilize after his age up, and the other Wahat is gonna go down. And even if it doesn't, then I mean it's gonna go down anyway. But 5 musket riders, but he doesn't have any way to get infantry out now, and Jerry is aging behind that, so that's just looking really good for Japan. Really good game analysis from Jerry, identifying when hero tried to age and catching the army out of position. Yeah, Ezad getting some free kills, but is it really relevant at this point? I mean, not sure if Ezad is able to punish the Japanese age up with such few units. He's gonna spot the Wanderer though, which is good. He knows Japan is aging, so he has to do something, and he's going in with his musket riders, which is good. A bit of a sloppy wonder placement here from Jerry, to be fair. If he dropped it over here, it would have been much safer, but how's it going for the crates? Killing a few villagers. But yeah, I mean, Jerry got a few Yumis on the field. He's gonna get the edge up ones, and then he can defend. Sloppy move from Ezad. He saw the daimyo going forward and tried to go for it, but he lost quite a few musket riders because of that. Well, he's gonna kill it now. Jerry went for the forest brawlers. So at least that's something for Hero, but this kind of trades are just good for Japan because he's got so much more eco. Hero Ezad. More forest brawlers. We see second town center going up for Ezad. Discipline Yumis. And a few Nagis going for a raid, I believe. So yeah, Hero lost his map control. He lost his early H3 potential versus Japan H2, which is quite a winning condition for Hero if you go for some IFF. So yeah, Japan got the advantage now, but oh, 8 Ash Heroes, okay, good call here. Because I was about to say, the only way Japan can lose this mass at this point is being surprised by a few Kanye and not having enough anti-cav. Forest Brawler's doing their best to kite the Yumis, but just doesn't have enough. Where are the Nagis? Oh, he went back with them. 9 Yumis as well. Oh, that's actually something to consider here. Jerry's doing the same thing he did versus me, which is just going for military units shipments in H3 and not sending orchards, and he could regret that because he's soon out of food. And good job by Ezad getting some free kills here. So this is still a game, but the longer it goes, and I think the better it's gonna be for Japan. Yep, Jerry is out of food at the moment, so his reinforcements are gonna be quite a bit weaker. But he's got a shipment on the way, so I believe he's gonna send orchards. Gonna go for a raid again, I think. Infantry combat for Iroquois. But yeah, Jerry knows that the Hero army is on their side of the map, so he can freely go for a raid over here. And probably gonna pay off. He's gonna find 3 villagers here. Good reaction time from both players actually, so Ezad might get away and just not lose any villager. Gonna clear some shrines, but it's just giving time for Japan to stabilize with his cherry orchards. Oh, oh. Okay, so that's 1 free kill for Japan. So many infantry units for Japan. This is ridiculous. Forest Brawlers are really good, but there's so many Yumis that I don't think if they have the kiting potential. And Jerry's just gonna go in. I mean, he's got a decent composition, and it's about to Ezad to out micro, but he's sending his cav the wrong way, so they're just gonna die to ashes. Jerry kind of wasted his Nagis as well, but does it really matter, to be fair? Kanye gonna go down, and then all the musket riders are going down as well. More Forest Brothers, but they're still the Yumis, and Jerry's going for another push. And it's gonna be, yeah, the time where Japan is sending unit upgrades and No wardens for hero. Look at these reinforcements from Japan. Just gonna catch these villagers and I think it's gonna be GG. This TC is gonna go down as well. Oh, 5 clears though. Yeah, GG. So it's 3-0 for Jerimuno so far, and taking the win for MDS. So securing 3 points in this playoff race, and already quite a good result for Jerimuno. Let's see if he can do even better going for the 4-1 or 5-0 perhaps. Okay, so the next map is going to be Manchuria. C3 sets and Ezad to pick. It's going for China. Let's see what Jerry decides to counterpick China with. China is pretty good to see on this map. You've got the livestock, you've got a lot of resources in base as well. Let's have a quick look on the chat. Japan just kind of breaks the idea of a typical RTS game. It's kind of true because they don't need map control. I think what Ezad did is totally okay to do versus Japan, but if you get caught out of position and you lose your H2 Tomahawks, then you just have nothing to defend potential cav when you send forest brawlers, and that's exactly what happened. So Jerry's taking his time to get his counter pick. Siege. Just discussing with the chat. Well, Jerry 5-0 from India bots. I don't know, man. Maybe. It's looking good for him so far. He's been playing pretty accurate. Going for good counters to what Ezad was doing. Game 1 was a bit sloppy, but it's usually the case in Game 1 in a high pressure series. So, I'm not gonna blame anyone for that. Yeah, if he had these 10 tomahawks alive and he trained 5 more in transition like he did, then 15 tomahawks is just enough to hold that. 15 tomahawks and 8 forest rollers. And Jerry seems to be going for Aztec. Interesting pick. Aztec being really good on this patch, obviously. Manchuria might not be the greatest Aztec map, but if I remember correctly, Aztec used to do well versus China on the previous patch. And seeing that they've been buffed quite a bit on this patch as well, we might see some scary timing really hard for China to hold. We'll see. We got a coin start. Not good at all for any of these saves. Aztec got Witch Treasure in base though, which could be something. I'll check the map. So we have starting in second one for both players, and then third over here, and fourth over there. So it looks quite balanced to me. Yeah, I think the map is fine. Let's put the Fog of War on, and we see Jerry almost catching the Disciple from Ezad then. Could deny these 2 EX, and China really want to get away with getting as much livestock as possible. And already got 3 EX plus the goat plus 2 over there, so really good start for China here. We got a stable slash Wahat treasure over here, which could be something players could go for later. Jerry got himself 75 food. And Ezad is just finding more and more yaks, and it's just really good for him. Spotted with treasure as well, 90 wood. He doesn't have enough villages to fatten the yaks, unfortunately, but still gonna get a lot of value out of that. Can I find another one here as well? Another wood treasure. So far, Aztec only got one, yeah, two now. And China got all the other ones. Are there any remaining on the map? There's one over here and one in the back. China needs CM in deck. Maybe. Let's have a look. It doesn't have it. And it's going 300 wood first. So this is gonna synchronize with this wood treasure pretty well, because you could go for a second village and you could also go for a trading post here. And Jerry's getting his own wood treasure as well. There's also 65 coin to pick up later. 30 coin there. Market going up for Jerry. Another benefit of 300 wood is the ability to drop the TP as soon as possible, because versus Aztec it's most likely going down quite fast on H2, so the earlier you get it, the more value you're gonna get out of it. Kung Fu Master. $1. China AG second village as well. He's chopping wood, and he already got his infrastructures available for an FF, which might indicate he's going for an H2 play. Another wood treasure in the middle of the map. Quite a nice spawn in terms of treasures. And Jerry's already up. He aged slow with the double Wahat and is still aged at 4 minute 20, which is really fast. They have siege resistance, okay, I didn't know about that. So double Wahat in the middle of the map. There's also this really nice Wahat treasure for later. 700 wood first. Typical. Sending the pets to siege the TP already, I think. But yeah, a small wall going up for China and a war academy as well. Finally, Ezad identifying his third hand. Ten maces for Aztec. And 5 Pumas being trained. So he's gonna work on this treasure first. Nope, he's gonna go straight for the training post. Nope, changing his mind. It's just gonna send the Pumas to siege and the maces to either poke or try to catch any batches from China. Consulate going up as well. And 10 coyotes. So that's already a first scary push from Jerimuno. 300 export for China. So this consulate is gonna go up. Oh, he needs to finish it though. No, finish it! Oh, 10 HP. It really needs the consulate to go up to get the red coats or Cossack or whatever you want to pop. these first armies are gonna get cleaned up here. Popping the Minutemen on the Coyotes, targeting the hero though, which is not what you want. Pikes joining the battle, more Mace Hardlings being shipped, but not joining the Chinese DC just yet, now being targeted. So he's gonna get the red coats. But yeah, he lost his Trocanos and 7 Steppies now. But the Coyotes are just gonna deal with that. The Rax is going down as well. We got an anti-cav badge from the Sun Palace. But yeah, 6 Coyotes for Aztec. Let's check units in queue. More Coyotes being trained. And the entire Chinese eco being idle right now. So looking quite tough for China already. Aztec is pretty much all in at this point, but he's doing so much damage that it's just really good for him, killing another villager. And yeah, that comes to GG. Quite a quick game here. Just the strength of Aztec on this patch. Could have been different if Ezad was able to get his consulate in time a bit faster and get these redcoats out, or could go for Cossack actually. A Russian consulate is not the greatest for sure, but Cossack have been buffed quite a bit and they do quite well versus this kind of aggression. So 4-0 for Jerimuno. MDS dream is alive for sure. So the last map is going to be ESOC Bering Straits. Yes.
Oui.
And Ottoman being picked again by Jerimuno. It looks really similar to my series versus him a few weeks before, where he played Otto on Bering Strait and he played Aztec on Manchuria, and auto on Daka again. Okay, Ireland versus Germany. Should be really good matchup for German on this map. Okay. Okay, Jerry going for the Japan lock. Okay, British for Ezad. Um, kind of picking Japan with British on Bering Strait. So let's see how that goes. It's been a while we didn't see this matchup. To be fair, in tournaments, British not being the most picked safe, um, simply because of counter pick problems, I guess. You can't really pick British first because you expose yourself to big counter picks like Russia. But yeah, last game of this playoff 5 between Jerimuno playing for the Mandarin Duck squad uh, in opposition to Ezad playing as British for the New World Challengers. We got a coin start again. And let's see how that goes. Ezad definitely needs to win this game to keep NWC in the playoff race because that is already a really good result for the Mandarin Duck squad. We'll have a look on the standings after this game and see what's up. But I think NWC was a bit ahead compared to MDS, and after this series should be really close. The map is totally fine. Jerry is gonna get himself a 75 foot treasure, and Hazard is just scouting the middle of the map. There's a nice 80 coin here. He didn't say lock, but yeah, this is tricky situation. In my opinion, you shouldn't pick. In my opinion, as soon as you pick a sieve, when you have to pick first, it's automatically locked. Because otherwise, there's just no point picking this sieve. But yeah, I guess if you don't say it's locked, then it's not. Not sure about admin rules regarding that, but anyway, back to the game. Ezad went for a market in 2 manas. Did he pick a treasure? 80 food, 40 wood, 30 coin. Okay, it's quite a greedy start for British here. Um, he's gonna spot this big wood treasure as well, and I think Jerimuno didn't scout it just yet. Someone's in the chat with the NWC hate. Funny stuff. Come on, NWC is not the dark side team. Of course, people are joking around that. But Jerry's already aging. Quite a fast age up. British is gonna click up anytime soon as well. Going with 17 village ups, but 2 mana, so it's basically a standard 16 village age up, which is quite fast. His hero is quite low HP though. Sir Ezad is probably gonna be resting Pepperino here. Maybe not, maybe he will get away. Should be close enough to his town center. Um, let's see, no TP for Ezad, no Virginia company. Unless he sends it now, but that would be really late. Not going for it. Sending a few forward villagers, probably just hurting. Oh, he didn't scout these hunts. Oh, he slightly did actually. TC firing the monk and the monkey as well. Trying to get his hero to stay alive. 4 HP, missed that. That was quite close to be fair. So Ezad is just dropping mana so far, getting line of sight. And Jerry went for 2 villagers and he's going with the consulate as well. Shrine going up for Jerry, and mana for outburst actually for Ezad. So let's see the early game. Barracks going up for Ezad, and I think it's going to be the same for Jerry. Consulate, market, so no barracks just yet. Both players going quite a bit greedy so far. Trying to TC-fire the monks again. He's probably gonna get one down. Ooh, that was really close. Trying to bait them with the a really nice move from Ezad, baiting the Japanese monks with his own explorer to get inside the TC-fire. Barracks going up for Jerry. Quite a late barracks being headed from the 600 wood, and Ezad is just making mana so far. Dropped a few pikes, gonna siege some shrines. What is Jerry making? A switch to units in queue, making some Ashigarus. More pikes being trained from Ezad. Mixing some longbowmen now. Going for wood crates twice. Making manners and wood costing units with that. I think he just missed the shrine though. Unfortunate. And Jerry's going for a few Ashi. I was about to say raid, but probably more like trying to catch units. And he's gonna catch the pikes actually. Really good move. Five longbows and 5 settlers as well. So quite a greedy game so far. Both going for economic shipments with wood crates and villages. Oh, Jerry's going in here. I'm not sure if it's... I don't think it's a correct decision. There's quite a few longbowmen here. They're gonna do a good job versus the Ashigaros. But not the greatest control from Ezad. A lot of these hashes are low HP. I think at least 2 of them. But they are the best areas, so I guess that's why he's deciding to go back. Gonna pick up 3 Ashigaru, almost. Now switching to musketeers and going back to longbows again. Sorry about that. Feels bad being sick. But yeah, 4 vs twice for Jerry, so the ecos are quite similar at this point, and so are the armies. It's quite a close game. Both armies patrolling on the middle of the map. Few pikes gonna try to siege, but gonna get caught by these Ashigarus. 700 coin for Ezad. What is he gonna do with that? Is he gonna try to H? Doesn't look like it. But Jerry's banking a lot of resources though, and he might go for an H up for sure. Still on 1 rack so far. Honestly, his army is quite good considering that he's only got 1 barracks, and British has been on 2 racks for a while. More musketeers being trained, and a 2nd rack is going up for Jerimuno. $600 coin for Jerry. It's looking like an age up now. Never mind. Jerry's actually spending his resources. This is probably a good fight for British, although he's got the longbows in front, which is not what you want. You want a musketeers to tank and DPS, while you have the longbows in the back just firing. Musketeer HP in before musketeer attack. Yeah, it's not a massive difference. Usually players go for musketeer attack first, but getting a 3 kills with a longbow, good poking there. But losing 1 for free as well, so not that good of poking after all. So Jerry got something on the way as well. And I expect that to be either Daimyo or Ashi attack. Yeah, Ashi attack makes sense. 29 attack with the Japanese consulate buff. In before it was 28 after Ashi attack, so 1 more attack. Not insanely relevant, but it's just something to consider, especially when it's musketeers versus musketeers. Trying to split some ashes to raid, but good reaction from Ezad. So still gonna lose a few villages here, even more over there, and that's where it's really annoying to play versus Japan, is when they have these powerful musketeers and fast that they can split around and just kill villages like that and escape quite easily because they are faster. So yeah, check units lost. I believe that was 5 vs, 7 vs in total being lost for Ezad then. And yeah, Ezad is gonna age behind that. Jerry's still pumping musketeers. A good catch there from Ezad. Kill Jardi and Ace again would win that. More ashes being splitted everywhere on the map. But yeah, Ezad is up. Jerry is forced to sing orchards now because he almost got no food in the bank. So, will we see British getting away with this H up? That could definitely be a winning condition here for British. A lot of ashy raids everywhere. Ezad doing good respawning and catching these raids, but he doesn't have enough musketeers here. He probably got reinforcements on the way there. And yeah, I mean, Jerry's just doing an excellent job at just distracting Ezad, slowly picking wheels, and see, like, running really ahead in eco now. But British will have a massive tech advantage with the veterancy and the access to falconets, or even musketeer combat would be really good. Finally getting rid of this raid, but there's a big one going on the south of the map. It's gonna get spotted there by the manners, but yeah, you'd better start running with these wheels, because otherwise they're all dead. A lot of them are going to die anyway. And yeah, Jerry's gonna catch them. Man, this unit is so obnoxious. Sorry, it just annoys me when people just raid with fast musk. It's a nightmare to catch. So yeah, Jerry's super far ahead in eco. This raid is gonna buy him enough time to reach up as well. $20 views down for Ezad, and more raids from Jerimuno, sieging manners, denying line of sight from the British player. But there's a really strong timing for British right now, and he has to make something happen with that. He's got more units, he's got falconets, and he's got veteran musketeers. Ten longbows. And veterancy being researched as well. And meanwhile, Jerry is just not caring about this base at all. He's just going for raids, trying to deny Ezad from gathering. Oh, Nagi pop on the falconets, and Ezad is not reacting. He's gonna lose both falconets for free. Oh my god, that's a terrible mistake from Ezad. And even I, as a caster not playing, I wasn't paying attention at all, because I thought all the Jerry units were just raiding on the map, and I didn't see the calf pop coming from the stable. And so now Jerry's up. He's got 2 Rexes up, so he can take his veteran Ashigarus. they have 32 attack with the Pavilion as well, and as soon as he's gonna get the Veterancy in, he's gonna get like 36 attack Musketeers or something. Ezad doing a ton of damage on these villages, and he needs to fight the Ashes before the upgrade, and he's got some units to flank from behind, which could be a good pick. But Jerry's just gonna try to run and buy as much time as possible. A few naggies from the back, but not gonna do much. Yeah, 37 attack Ashes versus 27 attack Musketeers, and 8 Ashes from the back as well, and this is really close, but eventually I think Japan is gonna come ahead with this fight. Sacking a few villages as well to be sure he's gonna clean the army. A few Ashes popping from these racks as well. And all the longbows are walking and not firing, and it's just not what you want then. Yeah, that's a clean up for Japan, and I think it's just gonna be game. Yeah, there comes the GG. So 5-0 for Jerimuno, and a lot of points going into the Mandarin Duck Squad team. Gonna be very good for the race to the playoff. But yeah, got japped, pretty much. Let's have a look on the standings. So MDS had a record of 10 so far, and NWC had a record of 16. So I believe now it's going to be the opposite. MDS is going to have a record of 15, and NWC will have a record of 11. So Mandarin Squad is going to take the second place here. But yeah, I mean, Ezad definitely had the upper hand in military population here, but just got cleaned up by really strong units and Vs and TC Fire and like reinforcements advantage as well.